So the energy at point 6 is very anxious, primarily because 6 is the energy of worst case scenario thinking. And I have a lot of compassion and empathy, of course, for all of the 9 types, because there's a different reason why we would go there. But when I think of 6, I think if I could come up with worst case scenario thinking for everything, that's got to be really difficult.
Yeah.
But a healthy 6 learns what to do with that.
Yeah.
And the worst case scenario thinking actually creates the sense of urgency around preparedness. So if there's ever going to be a natural disaster or something, you want to know who your 6 friends are.
Yeah, you got to find, just like if you're throwing a party, bring your 2 so the 2 can help.
Exactly.
If there's a natural disaster, grab your
6th friend because they know the escape routes out of the city.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they've got everything in the trunk of their car that's going to be needed, you know. One of the stories that I love to tell about 6s, one of my dearest friends in Spain, and Lourdes speaks some English and I speak some Spanish, and we communicate to the best of our ability, but we love each other beyond words. And we were on a cruise one time, and I always tell people, this is my story and I'm sticking to it. I skipped the 3rd grade where you learn geography, so I'm geographically challenged. All I knew was we were taking a South American cruise for Christmas, and I was not prepared to go around the cold part.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so we wake up one morning, and I look out and I see sort of icy water and I'm going, what the heck? He said South America. What did I pack? Shorts, bathing suit, sunglasses.
Oh, my gosh.
I hear this knock on the door, and it's Lourdes. And she has a jacket and a hat and some gloves. And she looked at me, and in her best English, she said, I brought these for you because I thought you might not remember that we would be cold for part of the cruise.
Oh, that's good 6.
It's good 6.
Yeah.
And I think about that all the time when I'm teaching, because it was such a precious moment and I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
But that's not unusual of the 6 energy.
Yeah.
If you say you have a headache and you're around someone who happens to be a 6 and you say, I have a headache, it's not uncommon for a 6 to say, well, what do you need? Aleve, Excedrin, or aspirin, because if they're carrying it there in their bag.
Yeah.
It's just...
So they're prepared for every moment. Yeah.
Prepared and loyal.
Yeah. Loyalty. I've seen that in this. The loyalty is fierce.
I often call 6s the last human standing.
Yeah.
Because at point 6, they're going to stay the course. Yeah. And they're going to be prepared for all of the possibilities that nobody else thought of.
Yeah.
So that's, one of the beauties of
that. It's the 6 is interesting because, and as we move into the 7, we'll talk a little bit more about my energy. But I used to have a stronger 6 wing, and we used to think my son was a 6. I'm not sure actually what he is, and now that I'm thinking this through, he should type himself. But when he was younger, we took him skiing one day, we went skiing a lot, and he was like 4 years old, and there would be a bunch of us skiing down a hill, and I had him in between my legs doing the pizza pie, and he's so athletic, and he'd be yelling at me. He'd be like, you're going to kill me. And like, we're going too fast. And I'm like, I'm not going to kill you. We're going to be fine. Like, there was so much fear that would go through him, yet he would do it anyways. And I used to always think, well, at that time, I was like, wow, he's really very much a 6, has that sort of 6 energy. And then the worst case scenario I really resonate with, because I feel like I've been in multiple times of my life where I'm like, well, let's make sure we're really clear on all the horrible things can go wrong. And if we can fix those, then I can relax. And so I find that interesting. But both of us, both my son and I, are fiercely loyal. That is to a fault. Like, there will be people who have worked for me 20 years ago that showed up in a way that I was so appreciative of. If they show up at my front door, I would do anything for them. And he is exactly the same way. Now, I'm not a 6. I don't know what he is, but that 6 energy of loyalty and worst case scenario, I really resonate with
it.
Yeah.
Well, 6 energy is an energy that will do it afraid.
Yeah.
They'll do it afraid,
Yeah.
They might be screaming, you're going to kill me, but they're still there.
They're still there. Oh, he didn't move from it. And he would say, let's do it again. It was really interesting.
And yell, you're going to kill me all the way down all
That's
over.
right.
Again.
We'll just keep telling you that you're going to kill me, but let's keep going. So,
well, an important thing, because you talked about your energy, which we're going to next, which is 7, but the influence of 6. So just for people who are listening, being aware that yes, we have a dominant energy, and then we have an energy on either side,
right,
which are the numbers that are on either side of that dominant energy. And the way that I explain that is, your dominant energy is like the steak.
Right.
And the energies on either side are like the seasoning. Some people like their steak just naked.
Right.
But some people like a little teriyaki sauce. Other people just want salt and pepper. So there's an influence that comes from what we call the wings, which are,
right.
And I have taught people, when I'm doing Enneagram work, that we're absolutely bilingual.
Yeah, bilingual. Well, and that's what it's so people listening, if they're like, well, I sound like a lot of those numbers, you can be that primary number and then you can move to your wings. So you could be close to a number next to you.
Yes, you can absolutely access the energy. And that's what I want people to do, to recognize that your primary energy does not change.
That's right.
You're not one type at work and another type at home.
Yeah.
You are what you were born to be.
Yeah.
However, there are different influences, and some of the influence can come from your wings and other things as well.
Right.